Hello and welcome to the God Codes, and this video is all about Lady Isis. She is, or otherwise known as Oset, or Set, it depends how you pronounce her name. She has many names. They call her the goddess of 1,000 names, hence, and I don't have time to name all of them because I don't know all of them, but let's just go with the one that we know, which is Lady Isis, the golden goddess of the West. She is so divinely powerful, and I think it's the first place where people kind of land when they start to work with the Egyptian gods and goddesses, or rather she's the first one to come out, bar Thoth, to actually connect with you, because Lady Isis, she is a depiction or a reflection, or the same as the Holy Mother, meaning Mother Mary. So there's a definite reflection with most of the kind of like different, I'm going to call them spiritual religions. You've got Greece, which reflects Egypt, which reflects India, and so on and so on. So I'm going to talk about the reflection between Lady Isis and Mother Mary. And then, of course, her child, Isis's child, is Horus. Mother Mary's child is Yeshua. And Horus and Yeshua kind of like lived the same life, went through the biggest like challenges and activations, initiations, so much hardship to get to where they got to, but coming back to Lady Isis and the fact that she is a reflection of the Holy Mother, because Lady Isis is all about unconditional love. So she is the golden goddess of the West. She is the goddess of the moon. She's the goddess of healing, midwifing or midwifery. She is the goddess of unconditional love. She's so much, and she's the twin sister from Nephthys. Nephthys being her twin sister. Nephthys is more of kind of like what they call the dark Isis, and she is the light Isis, I suppose. And when those two come together, because they're a reflection of each other, they're at their most powerful. But Nephthys will be on another video. But just to give you the backstory of Isis, she was also the wife of Osiris, and we understand the story of Osiris, that he was dismembered into 14 parts by his jealous brother Set, and her mission in that timeline, in that moment, was to remember her husband. So the Divine Feminine, being Isis, went and collected all the body parts of Osiris that was scattered all over, and she brought him back to life by remembering him. Okay, and that is our journey. That is why the Divine Feminine is so powerful and holds the space for the Divine Masculine to come in. Now that can actually resonate and ripple out to so many different teachings that I could go into right now, but again, a whole nother video. But I mean, I just want to keep it kind of quite general, so as not to overwhelm you, because we're just bringing Isis into the forefront now for you to really, really feel her frequency. And my first connection with Isis was when I was on top of a sacred mountain in Peru, and I was activated. Her frequency was activated within me. And I remember, there was avalanches, snowstorms. It was something out of a movie when I received my Isis wings, let's say. And then when I came down off the mountain, and I came back from Peru and I was back in Cape Town, I remember spending about 2-3 weeks on my sofa. I couldn't move, and I'm a very, very busy bee. So of course I was very much in my Divine Masculine in the shadow. And I remember lying on the sofa and being so still, kind of thinking, this is wrong. But then really embodying and being taught by Isis, because I went through a huge initiation. That was my initiation into the stillness is where the creation is, and everything needs to slow right down for you to really go into that embodiment of your power. And it starts with the Divine Feminine. And yes, Mother Mary is another huge teacher of mine, as is Anna, grandmother of Jesus and Yeshua. So when you go into the Essenes, absolutely, and the videos will probably transcend into those other beings as well, because it's all connected at the end of the day. But bringing it back to Isis, that's what she brought me. She brought me the gift of stillness, and she connected me for the very, very first time ever with my Divine Feminine frequency through that activation on the mountains in Peru. So now, as I've spoken about in lots of other videos, to do with the gods and goddesses in my videos in general, you know, how to embody the frequencies. And I just like to say again, like I've said before, they are not to be worshipped or be separate of us, because, you know, they are a divine reflection of us and we are a divine reflection of them. So when you connect with your Isis frequency and you call her in, yes, she will come as a divine being, you know, arms extended, you know, in all her glory, and heart center open. I mean, she's magnificent. But there's also for you to understand and embody that you look through the eyes of Isis. And I think that's the best way to embody the frequency, because you hold the Isis frequency, you hold the Thoth frequency, you hold the God source codes. You know, you are all that there is. You know, I am that, I am. It's the oneness wisdom. So what tends to happen is when we work with Isis or whichever god or goddess, we keep them separate because they're still out there. So that is where you're going to begin with Isis, because of course she's going to come to you in a vision. But then there is almost like an acknowledgement and a deep understanding and knowing that her frequency is within you. So there is a part of you that she's activating to bring online. So the Holy Mother is bringing this online. So what would she be bringing online? Well, first of all, it's your heart energy, okay? The mother energy, you know, that is very, very powerful and strong. The divine feminine energy coming into the fullness, and her assisting you in remembering self, remembering all of your parts. So the story of Osiris is like a soul retrieval, bringing all these parts in, you know, so you can come into oneness, and she will assist you in doing that for you. And then that's the path to oneness. So like Mother Mary, Isis is very, very much heart, and she can help you with healing, deep healing. Gold is the frequency. That's the way I see her. But as I've always said, you know, I am here to kind of open the pathway for you to connect with her. But then if she comes to you with a completely different set of teachings or learnings, or maybe she comes to you and she's not gold, it matters not, but you need to be able to connect somewhere and start somewhere. So allow your relationship with Lady Isis to be shown by her, by your higher self, so the connection can come in, because it's not one size fits all. This is the beauty of working with the gods and goddesses of Egypt. They will have a specific something that is with you and you alone, because you're a unique soul design. You're a unique being, okay? Your frequency is unique. There's no one else like you. How beautiful is that? She knows that. I know that. We know that. So allow that to come in and allow her words to show you where she wants to take you. So of course she is also the goddess of midwifing, so birthing. So how do we work with Lady Isis? How could she assist you and help you? Well, of course there's heart healing involved if you need to be held by her. Okay, so she is the mother. She will bring your projects, any projects you want to birth into the world. She will lovingly guide and assist you in the gestation period, in the birthing period, and beyond. So she's a very, very powerful assistive goddess to help you with that. And even if you've not got into the process where you actually can birth something and you want ideas, of course she'll come in and do that, you know. So she's a very, very powerful energy to work with. And of course then you bring your project through from pure divine love, nothing else, not head-based, pure divine love. So the way I work with Lady Isis is, you know, in my meditations and channels that I bring through, I feel her energy now, which is why I give a big kind of like sigh and inhale and exhale, because she comes behind me and she wraps her wings around me, much like Ma'at. Ma'at can do exactly the same, but she will rebalance your chakras. So she comes from behind with me. She may come from the front with you. Again, allow your energy and frequency to merge with her how it's supposed to. But with me, she comes from behind and she puts her wings all the way around me. Protection, yes, you can use her or not use her, that's the wrong word. You can co-create with her and she can assist you in protection, but she can bring her wings around, and in that she will rebalance your whole chakra system. So because her wings are beautiful, all the different colors. So visualize, because all your chakras are all these beautiful different colors. So you could just actually sit with her in the morning and just allow her wings to come around, reset your system, and just breathe with her. Inhale and exhale, breathe with her. And that is a beautiful way just to be, because sometimes we're too much doing, but beautiful way just to be. And as I say, you know, she can bring you much insight when you're allowing yourself to be held, because that's very much the divine feminine. Surrender is sometimes perceived by the ego to be failure. We're giving up. But surrender, when you come from the soul and that deep connection, when you are at one with source, in this case Isis, the soul knows that surrender is allowance of all that there is, for you to allow your God frequency to flow, your goddess energy to flow, to connect with all the beings, that want to assist you, all the beings that you hold within you, because we're all a blend of each other, so coming from that soul energy, she can really, really bring, that surrender in. So if you are finding days when it's really, really intense and you're really, really kind of like over it, maybe just sit in the wings of Isis and ask for her love. Because also as well, when she comes from behind, she can connect her heart center. So imagine her being here in physicality, stood behind me right now. If she presses her body to the back of me, she places her heart center on the back of my heart. And what I know is very, very common right now for many of us, we've worked a lot on opening the front of our hearts, but our back is still very much covered, because in past lives that have come to pass, and maybe even in this life, we got to watch our backs. Being stabbed in the back, being sabotaged, any of these old memories, we've put metal plates, we've put things in place, we've made sure our angel wings don't grow, make sure our Isis wings don't grow for protection, because we don't want to be seen. So with Isis, with her beautiful divine love coming from behind, she envisage her wrapping her wings around you, placing her heart center on the back of your heart, and sending her beautiful love energy so you can shine like a Care Bear all the way through and out to the world. And this will assist you in releasing the blocks that you have put there. And we must bless that and be thankful for that, because it's kept you alive in many, many different scenarios. So we must just say, yeah, that was a great thing to do. But right now we don't need that anymore, because now you are a divine love. Your oneness wisdom. You are connected to source. You are all that is, but you're having a human experience. And now is the time for you to be seen, because it's okay. You're safe. We are now in 2022 and we've landed and we've basically expanded now into this 5D consciousness, which is streaming in like a freight train, and all the consciousness above that, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. So now we're in a completely different timeline where the golden age is landing, and you, my dear, are golden. So allow the frequency of Isis to come in and assist you. And like I've said in all of my other videos to do with the gods and goddesses, it's always a really, really, really good way to get to know these beings within you, and they speak through you. A lot of people say, oh, I can't channel. We can all channel. Maybe I do a whole lot of videos. In fact, I will do, actually. That's inspired me to do videos on channeling, because I've battled with that all of my life. And the reason I've battled with it is because I've been making it way harder than it is. And that is just a perceived block. You can channel. You channel all the time. You don't even realize it. Maybe you do realize it, So yeah, whatever, you can channel. So when you want to connect with a being, ask a question, right? Even if it's just 5 minutes of journaling, ask a question, call in Lady Isis. And the way you do that, you do it the same with any other gods. You drop into the heart center. You have some heart breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling, and just allowing yourself to come into the heart. You'll feel that, okay? And then from there, you call in Lady Isis, and you will feel her come. And even if you don't, she's there. And eventually you'll feel her frequency more and more, the more that you open. And then trust and know that she is here. Then you can ask a question, or maybe just start to write. And write in your journal, what's going on for you, maybe. And then your pen is going to start to change, and the frequency is going to start to change. And you're going to feel your pen go a lot faster or rather the energy and the what's perceived as thoughts come in a lot faster than what your pen can go. Then you're channel writing. That is the quickest way to get into channeling. And in fact, even now, even though I'm channeling now, and I have been in this video, I actually channel probably most successfully when I do channel writing. And when I go back and read it, I go, who wrote that? I'm like, oh my God, it's me. That's when you know that it comes from source through you. So yeah, spend that time in whichever feels comfortable. Ask a question and then have your pen write, or just write down how you feel through the eyes of Isis. Imagine you are within her, and she's embodied you. Let's try that now. She's embodied you, and you are looking through the eyes of Isis, and now you are asking the questions. Try that out for size and see how different it feels. And that for me is the best thing that I can leave you with, as far as really successfully embodying your frequencies, embodying the Isis frequency, the Thoth frequency, whoever it is that you're working with. Kind of like looking through the eyes of them. What would they say? And Yeah, and I think that, and then just channel writing from that place. But it's like anything, before you do that, just call light to yourself now, open your heart in love and gratitude, and lovingly ground yourself into Gaia. I do work with protection, but like I'm full on galactic shaman, and I kind of like work very new school than old school. And I'm not going to tell you now, don't protect yourself, absolutely. But there is almost like in this new frequency, it's a given, it's there, and if you do wish to kind of like call in some protection, Archangel Michael, Melchizedek, they'll place their cloaks over you. Anubis, well, we'll do a video. He's actually a statue behind my video here. He just stands behind me like this. He's the dog god, and he just stands behind me. And that's enough. But when I work, it's already a given that I am protected, because I've already kind of put that system in place, but you go with whatever's comfortable, because that's really important, rather than going what somebody tells you, go with what feels comfortable. Okay. So on that note, I'm going to leave you with the golden goddess, Lady Isis. She's the golden goddess of the West. And she's extreme, and I can feel her so powerfully now because my whole inner is vibrating. So I really, really hope that this energy and frequency transcends to you, which I'm sure you felt from the get-go. So I really wish you a beautiful journey with Lady Isis. She's been waiting for you for a long time. And yeah, enjoy the golden vibes. Love, love, love.